I know there's a lot of writers. Chin and Chapman are guys who, this is 70s writers, but they would start with the title and they wrote for Sweet, Slade, Mud, but it was Dynamite, Teenage Rampage, Hellraiser, Blockbuster. So they'd start with this title that was kind of like, ooh, Dynamite. It was kind of hit your thing. I think, and there's a lot of great country and western that seem to be follow from a really good title. I'm not picking one up at the minute, but you know, Morrissey often seems to have a title. For me, I'm not too sure. A lot of the good ones have come simultaneously, melody and lyric. But say with Bryan and I, if Bryan's given me essentially the melody, there's a new song called Mercury Moon, and so from the first line, it may, I'm not certain that that'll be the title, but it is a good title, Under the Mercury Moon. And so I started, that was the first line I started singing in the rehearsal room when I was working with Bryan's piece. Then I was gobbledygooking it through the third line, the fourth line, the fifth line, and then the chorus kind of, which is, darling, won't you come back, darling, you know that it hurts, darling, won't you come back, darling, it's a swear word and a curse. And so that came quick, but the other lines, that's when that Nick Cave kind of regime, that's when you have to buckle down and go, okay, this rhymes with that, almost, but it's good if they flow. But yeah, lyrics I find because I didn't realise it at the time, but from those very first songs that I was rubbishing, 15 or 16 years old, some of them, like Your Best Friend Loves Me Too, All I Can Do, I'm still singing today. And you realise that, okay, I'm responsible. I've got to be, I may well end up singing them, what Bryan and I write now, in, hopefully in another 15, 20 years. So lyrics they take a lot longer. I concentrate more on what I'm writing now, for better or for worse. But, yeah.
So for you it's more a title first and then the song, or you just think of a line and it sounds
often that first line will feed the lyrical theme. So this one goes under the Mercury Moon, in the menacing sky, under the Mercury Moon in the menacing sky. Jordan, a lot of stuff. I'm not Sam Hunt. I have to be singing the beats. Under the Mercury Moon. Under the Mercury Moon, in the menacing night, I shelter from the storm, and shelter from the storm and the night, and the scowling sky. So a lot of assonance in that. I like assonance and alliteration. Assonance is how now brown cow. Alliteration is scowling sky. Yeah.
See, that song came very quickly, and I didn't actually write any of the melodies, but maybe I won't say that in front of Rita for the publishing checks later, but he was actually playing drums, and he is, with all due respect, one of the worst drummers in the world. And we were waiting for the rest of the guys, and he was just playing a relative beat, and I came up with something on the spot, and he finished drumming, he goes, I like that, and then that's where it started. So then Beaver got on the drums, the band was, they'd gone out for a smoke or whatever, and then basically that was the formation. That's the thing that I think for collaboration really is important, is that you trust the other person saying, I can hear something there, and that's all it was. Otherwise, if he hadn't done it then, that song wouldn't exist. So he got up from the drums, you're improving by the way, but got up from the drums, said, yeah, that's it, and you have to do it right then and there. Nothing else mattered. If we had whatever else was going on, we have to do it right then and right there, and that's basically the song was done in 5 minutes. He changed the we didn't really have a chorus, that's all we had, and he just heard something. So it's the immediacy of it, because that's, again, to me, it's that moment, that kind of...
Also, Bryan and I, that's a really good point, that we were in a rehearsal room, and Bryan and I don't really come from that Holland-Dozier, Holland, I wouldn't call them a factory in a demeaning way. We don't, but we're not out making hit records or sitting down. We don't sit down to craft, to write. If something comes up, or we work together to create something we enjoy, principally. Well, definitely, actually. Yeah. So that we can take it live, and that we did. Jesse was saying that we did a live, one of the first live shows. We were working it out since, if you guys can remember, Terry Pio did a big, Pio's Big Night In. That was about 2002, the first live music show in New Zealand. Anyway, this is still, it might go to Sky TV, it may not, but long time since we've done live TV. And yeah, just from the rehearsal room to 2 live performances maybe, and then well, we recorded Roundhead, and I basically do vocals at Bryan's. But then boom, live to an audience and live TV performance. And that's the happiest outcome I can imagine for a song. If it sells swags of records, then well and good, you know. You never know what's going to happen with a song. I was reading today about a band called The Damned and a song called Smash It Up, which became kind of, you'll find it on a new wave or a punk compilation, but oh god, the song would be 20 years old, and it was covered by Offspring, and then it ended up on soundtrack to Batman Returns, and all of a sudden the guy's got, you know, nice little £1 million check here, and and from this wee song that, you know, the writing, in the article they're writing about what they remember of it. But yeah, honestly, it's a great thing to create songs, but you do it for yourself, or we do.
Yeah. Style and almost homogenise what that first moment was. So
it'll bend it.
Yeah, and almost to a normal way that you'd go, well, okay, I've written this, and then so therefore I'll put the bridge there, and I'll go there for the whatever. But my advice would be to record that nugget of the idea and always A/B it with as long as the process of that song until you've finished it with how long it takes. Always A/B that idea with that original nugget and compare it and see if there's still the magic of it is still there, because you can go down that process and just kind of lose the essence of
Bryan,
it.
having said that though, I will often have this corker-y thing. I think it's a corker, and in the morning I won't remember it, but my reasoning is, oh, it can't have been that good.
Yeah, that's so annoying for me. That's so annoying. Like, many times I've recorded him and he's came up with this melody, and because I'm used to it now, I will A/B his own melodies that he still thinks are the same as what he did the week before. I'm like, oh, no, but you're missing this whole phrase here that was magic, you know?
Yeah. So it's worthwhile taping. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I am.